Look at earlier this week, say we'd have had about 4,000 passengers in and out on a day. Normally at this time of year we'd have about 116,000, so say on Monday we'd be down 96% compared to the same Monday last year. Obviously, as you say, increase in flights today, so we're going from we had about 100 flights in and out yesterday, about 200 today, but obviously it's not clear yet exactly how many people are going to be travelling on those flights. Our key aim currently is to make sure that people are confident and happy in terms of the experience they have in the airport, and we've instituted a huge range of new measures. We have 920 hand sanitizers through the airport. We have more than 600 plexiglass screens at all close contact points. We're advising people to wear face masks, and indeed as I'm talking to you, I'm wearing a face mask, you're wearing a face mask, and we have social distancing signage and hand hygiene signage right across the campus.
And Dublin Airport undertook some research in the last week or so, and some interesting findings with regard to attitudes towards flying among older audiences and younger people as well.
Yeah, we did some market research just to see what people were thinking currently, and it's, as you might expect to an extent, in the younger demographic there is a pent-up demand for travel. As you get into a slightly older market with people with children, they're slightly more concerned, and obviously people in an older age group have the most concern. The one thing which we find that was interesting in terms of people's attitudes, the thing that was driving people's desire to travel most, it wasn't a holiday per se, it was visiting friends and relations.
And it's been widely reported in the last week or so that DAA is losing about €1 million a day across its entire business, Paul. We have low passenger numbers, we have a low number of flights, and the projections for this year, next year and beyond, they're quite conservative. So it's a long time before we're going to get back to where we need to be.
Oh no, COVID-19 has had a catastrophic impact on the aviation sector. If you take last year, for example, we had, between Dublin and Cork airports, we had 35.5 million passengers. This year we're looking at somewhere around 9 million passengers, and even next year we're looking at Dublin and Cork having maybe as low as 21 million. That would be a 40% decline on last year, so it's going to be a long, slow recovery. But the one thing we do know about the aviation sector in general is that it does recover from these type of incidents. It recovered from SARS, it recovered from the oil crisis in the 1970s, it recovered from 9/11. This one is different in terms of you're going to have the economic crisis as well as the health crisis that preceded it, but aviation will recover, but it will be a long and slow recovery.
A long, slow recovery. And from talking to some of the passengers here this morning, there is a sense, I hope, as well, and the relief that people are getting back to some level of normality anyway. But Paul O'Kane, Chief Communications Officer with DAA,